Okay, today I will be demonstrating how to make cornbread. First thing you gotta do, read your recipe, take your recipe, make sure it's out in front of you at your lab group. And then you're gonna read the first step, which says to preheat the oven to 400 degrees. Press peak, go up to 400, and then press start. Okay, while that's heating up, we're gonna start looking at our recipe and I'm gonna show you how to measure each ingredient. Okay, I came prepared with everything laid out. So I have my mixing bowl, my whisk, my rubber scraper, my offset spatula, custard cup or small bowl, my dry measuring cups, and measuring spoons, liquid measuring cup, and my ingredients. Okay? The first step in our recipe is to grease a 9-inch round cake pan and set aside. Preheat the oven to 400 degrees. Can be made into 12 muffins. We're gonna be doing the muffins today, and I'm gonna be splitting them in half so everyone gets a muffin to try. And then you're gonna be doing this at home with the ingredients that you're taking home. Okay, so I'm putting these little muffin papers in each one so it doesn't stick to the pan. Okay, and then I'm also gonna spray it a little with cooking spray just so the muffin doesn't stick to the paper. Oops, I gotta get some out of that one, that was too much. Okay, put this to the side. I'll take some of that out, not too much. Paper towel. Okay, now we'll go on to step 2. In a medium mixing bowl, add the flour, cornmeal, sugar, salt, and baking powder. Whisk to combine well. Okay, so that's all my dry ingredients. I'm gonna start with my flour. Take my flour container, open it up, get my dry measuring cup. Since it's flour, we're gonna use our dry measuring cup, and we're gonna spoon in to the 1 cup measuring our flour. If you remember, we spoon in so it doesn't get too compact when we reach in and grab it, and it leaves it nice and airy. Take your offset spatula, okay, or any kind of straight edge. Oops, I'll have to clean that up. And measure your perfect 1 cup of flour, okay, and we can put that into our mixing bowl. I'm gonna throw out this mess that I just made. It's my garbage. Okay, and I want you to clean as you go. We use the flour, we're gonna close it up, put it away. Next, it says 1 cup of yellow cornmeal. So we take our cornmeal, and since I don't feel like washing that 1 cup that is used with the flour, and I don't wanna get flour in my cornmeal, I'm just gonna spoon it in, okay? Use a different spoon and spoon it in. I'm just gonna use this one. So you're spooning in 1 cup of cornmeal. This is what makes the corn muffins or the cornbread taste the way it does. Our cornbread is considered a quick bread, which means we're not using yeast as a leavening agent. We're using a different leavening agent. In this recipe, it calls for baking powder along with eggs to make your cake or muffins rise, or your bread, I should say. So that's why we call it a quick bread. So our 1 cup of cornmeal, we put that in with the flour, okay? Put that to the side, close up my cornmeal, keep everything in its place, nice and organized, okay? Next on the list, it says to add the sugar. We need 2/3 a cup of sugar. However, on my dry measuring cups, I only have the options of a 1 cup, a 1/2 cup, a 1/3 cup, and a 1/4 cup. So since I don't have a 2/3 cup, I'm just gonna use the 1/3 cup 2 times. So here's my sugar, okay? I can scoop this in, and then I'm gonna level off. Nice and even. So that's 1/3. I need to do 2 of those. Okay. 2/3 cup of sugar. I'm gonna put this to the side. Okay, I need 1 teaspoon of salt. So I find my teaspoon on my measuring spoons. Here it is, 1 teaspoon salt. And I'm gonna measure this one over a custard cup. So if I spill over, it's just landing in this custard cup. Okay, and then I'm gonna also take my offset spatula and level it out. So it's an exact amount. There's my 1 teaspoon of salt. Now I need 3.5 teaspoons of baking powder, and that's my last ingredient. Put the salt away. This is your baking powder. There's something else called baking soda. This is different. Okay, also a leavening agent. We need 3.5 teaspoons. So that means I'm gonna use my 1 teaspoon 3 times and then my 1/2 teaspoon 1 time. Okay, this little tiny metal thing here is to help you level it off so you don't need the offset spatula. It's a little offset spatula right put in there for you. So I need 1, 2, 3, and then I need to find the 1/2. 3.5 teaspoons of baking powder. I'm gonna close that up, put it away. Okay, so I added everything that it says in step 2 together, and now I'm gonna whisk with my whisk or wire whip to combine well. So I wanna make sure all the ingredients are mixed together. Top them up, okay? Make sure there's no clumps of flour. Everything should mix. You shouldn't see clumps of yellow or clumps of white. It should be one color throughout, like a beige, tan. Okay. Nice and even. Once you do that, you're gonna make a little well, also known as just like a little hole in the middle of your dry ingredients. It's kind of hard to do with the whisk, so I like to just take the rubber scraper, and make a hole where we're going to put all the liquid ingredients. Okay? Okay. Now, step 3, we did make a well in the center of your dry ingredients and add oil or butter. Today we're going to use our oil. And for our oil, it says to use 1/3 cups. Okay? So again, I have to get down eye level, which I am. Don't think you could see me. Scooch. Okay. Down here, 1/3 cup. Then all the way down, pour it in. So it gets to 1/3. Okay, close this up, put it away. Done. 1/3 cup goes in my well, in the hole. Okay, after that, it says add your milk. Your milk is the next ingredient on the list. 1 cup. Again, go down to eye level. One cup of milk goes in my well. Okay, and then the last wet ingredient is 1 large egg. I'm gonna break my egg into my liquid measuring cup or my custard cup, but right now, since my custard cup has stuff in it, I'm gonna do the liquid measuring cup to make sure I don't get any shells. And if I do get a shell, it's fine. I'm just gonna take it out, okay? So in goes my egg. I don't see any shells. I'm gonna throw this out and then wash my hands because I got egg on me. You don't wanna get egg all over the place, so make sure you wash your hands if you get egg on you. Now I'm going to stir just until the mixture comes together and there are only a few lumps remaining. That's what it says. So you just, oops, let's add our egg in first. Okay. I like to smush up my egg and then mix it around. Incorporating the dry ingredients into the wet ingredients. Okay, I like to use the rubber scraper for this so I could get it off the sides as I mix. I still see some egg and some white not mixed in. So I'm gonna keep mixing, making sure the dry ingredients are coming off the bottom. Okay, mixing, getting all the ingredients together. I still see a little white, so I'm just gonna keep going. Okay, I think we got it all mixed in. All the dry's off the bottom. The white's incorporated, the milk. Okay, so now we go on. Pour the batter into the prepared pan and bake. This recipe says 20-25 minutes, but since we're doing muffin tins and they're a little bit smaller, we're gonna cut the time to about 15 minutes. Okay, first I'll put it in these tins. This is the tricky part. If you get a little on the muffin tin, we're just gonna wipe it up. So we gotta reset. Oops. Oh, it's heavy. Okay, make sure each muffin is filled up. I'm gonna just take a paper towel and get off some of this excess that I spilled on the side, and then we'll put it in the oven for 15 minutes. Okay, put my oven mitts on. My oven beeped to tell me it was ready. I'm gonna put it in. Open the door, you can pull out the wrap. Put this in, push it back in. Okay, make sure we're putting on the timer. The timer, I'll take it over here. You press timer on. We're gonna go to 15 and press start. Okay, and that will set your timer. We'll check back in 15 minutes and see how they came out.